Throughout the years, Roblox has had immense changes and updates, some of which were considered as improvements, and some were just as an awful touch from the owners. In this video, we'll be going through the most useless controversial ones that left so many of us confused about such changes. Starting off with the one that we can all agree was a big deal, was the removal of the OG death sound. One of the worst updates, if not the worst. The origin of the sound was taken from a video game from 2000. Back then, Roblox took it without a permission and got away with it for many years, until it became a trademark thing and a huge meme that extremely helped the platform to get more popularity. The thing that led to the obvious decision of the original audio's copyright holder to take legal action by opening a lawsuit against the platform, which in return got a response of refusal considering how the price asked for was too huge. In return, Roblox thought that it wasn't the wisest decision to take, considering the platform was already too huge, so getting rid of a small sound effect wouldn't do any harm for the brand. In return, it got replaced with this sound that many people didn't like. Luckily, we can still restore it back using Blockstrap, which is, by the way, a great third-party app, and I absolutely recommend checking it out as it has other cool features. Secondly, the thing that we're not getting back is the infamous guests. The removal of guests was not a tolerated thing for many users. From the famous video parodies these guests used to have back in their day shows us how beloved these accounts were. If you don't know the context or new to the platform, guest was a feature that Roblox has had between the years of 2008 to 2017. It made it easy for newcomers to test the game without having to create an account, a feature that became a part of the identity, looking that it's the only one who had this feature compared to its other competitors. One of the main reasons for such change was said that removing guests will improve the overall experience by building a more connected and personalized gaming community. More accurately, when playing as a guest, you cannot get your main account banned, resulting in people being easily able to exploit and break rules and other non-tolerated activities. Because of the lack of tracking the player's behaviors, hackers and exploiters could easily get away with it, as they can simply create another guest account without leaving a trace for their existence. A very sad moment to see the guests vanish, but I guess we can all agree that it was for a good cause. Not far from other discontinued features, we have the forgotten currency of tickets, a very old currency that only veterans will remember how valuable it once was. Basically, tickets was a former Roblox currency introduced back in 2007. It could be earned through various methods, including daily login, place visits, and currency exchange. It works the same way as Robux, like spending them on catalog items, game advertisements, etc. But their worth was far less than Robux, with typically 20 tickets equaling 1 Robux. The good thing about this currency was that, as mentioned, it could be earned for free without spending a dime. If you were lucky enough, you could own items that are currently limited, like the shaggy hat and the camo cap that used to cost only a small amount of tickets back in the day. The unfortunate announcement came on March 15, 2016 through a blog post stating that tickets will be discontinued. The post claimed that the currency was causing confusion and delay for first-time users. However, the more logical speculation was the system abused by the creation of bot accounts to mine tickets, which allowed players to convert these tickets into large amounts of Robux. In my opinion, the decision to end support for tickets is very justified. The most questionable updates has been the constant changes to the logo, particularly the latest one, which is arguably the most unappealing. The logo has undergone several transformations since the game's debut, as the first one resembling something more suited for a kindergarten sign. Evolving over time, it eventually reached its most beloved form between 2010 and 2016, a fan favorite that lasted the longest, and my personal favorite, however, is the sleek 2017 design. Since then, the company has made two notable changes. First, switching to a monochrome approach by changing the logo's color to white in an effort to appear more modern and minimalistic. Then in 2022, they introduced a more detailed design with a slight gradient shadow, where they abandoned the red color to create a more cohesive and holistic look, as the platform gradually expanded its target audience. Yet I still prefer the red, as it gave the logo a more distinctive identity. The most recent change, which enlarges the hole in the center, has been widely criticized as being very unnecessary. These last two changes felt particularly odd and misplaced, especially the removal of the red color, which many people cherish for its nostalgic appeal. At the end of the day, a logo is just a logo, and the brand must continue evolving to remain fresh and relevant, even if it risks alienating long-time players. You might not agree with this, but hear me out. So far, one of the most controversial additions to the platform has been the voice chat. This feature reflects a real-life aspect, which is verbal communication, but comes with significant concerns. This feature exposes players, including young ones, to toxic language. Automatically filtering vocal words during live interactions is extremely challenging, making it easy for inappropriate or profane language to reach everyone in a server, including those who shouldn't hear it. Additionally, scammers can exploit voice chat to ask for personal information, which is not the greatest thing. Currently, there is no effective word filtering system for voice chat apart from reporting, which is often abused. This can result in innocent players being unfairly suspended. Furthermore, the recent updates to voice chat moderation appear to be inaccurate and unjust, as they rely heavily on reports, many of which are false or malicious, leading to unfair bans in voice chat games. In my opinion, Roblox should consider removing VC altogether, or at the very least restricted to users who have verified their age. There are plenty of external alternatives for voice communication if necessary, which makes this feature less essential and potentially more harmful. Back in 2017, 2 years after the introduction of R15, Roblox first showcased a demo of the Arthro body packages that went wild on the internet. Personally, I thought it was kinda cool at first, as it was a completely new thing. It would have been better if it were limited to specific games rather than becoming a part of the default Roblox experience. Arthro seemed incompatible with the classic charm, especially with its initial unsettling face design that many players didn't like at the time. A year later, Arthro body packages were officially added to the catalog and games began shifting towards them. Fast forward 3 years, 3 items were introduced. This feature completely transformed how avatars look, offering players greater or perhaps total freedom to customize their characters. On one hand, this variety was beneficial, creating an immense diversification, but on the other hand, it also felt a bit off. In March 2022, there was also a new issue of giving users unrestricted access to create such a vast catalog of options. This freedom sometimes led to inappropriate outcomes, with some users creating some explicit clothing. Over time, this evolved into more visibly questionable items, which were concerning. Additionally, Roblox also seems to prioritize showcasing 3D clothing over classic clothes recently, giving them far more visibility. While I'm not necessarily complaining about this approach, I understand that the platform must evolve to feature its latest investments. The focus on layered clothing is both understandable and impressive. The way 3D clothes can adapt to the shape of body packages is undeniably a great achievement. Still, this feature has its downsides. Some combinations end up looking awkward or sometimes inappropriate. I mean, take a look at these avatars and tell me what you think. This is the time for me to end this video. If you made it till here, I want to tell you a big thank you for watching from whenever you are. It is a true support for me to keep uploading more videos in the future. If you have any thoughts, opinions on this topic, make sure you let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much again, and I hope I can see you in the next one.